Hello, everybody. My name is Miriam Kareem, and I am pleased to welcome you all to this edition of the Detox Divas. And today we're going to be talking about the whole body collection with Veronica Easterling Thomas. Um, September is Pain Awareness Month. Relief in a Bottle, Essential Oils for Managing Pain. And I'm not Tina Hurman, but Tina Hurman is the main person. She is the founder of the Detox Divas. And we usually have this call on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central Time. Um, Tina Hurman is a wife, mother, and grandmother. And right now, she is on an amazing milestone in her life. She is getting her new home and everything taken care of and situated. So hopefully she will be back. We won't be back next week, but because of the Las Vegas event that the company is having, but we'll definitely be back the week after. And before we go any further with this presentation, I wanted to state a disclaimer. These statements are made that will be made on this presentation by the Detox Divas. Our websites or in any Heart and Body Naturals, Green Organics companies, or Go Desana literature or presentations have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration, Green Organics companies, Heart and Body Naturals, or Go Desana products are not intended to diagnose, prevent, treat, or cure any disease. The information on our websites, in literature, and in presentations is not intended as medical advice and is not intended to replace the relationship you have with your primary healthcare provider. And I would love to tell you all about the wonderful woman that formulates all of our amazing products. Her name is Alexandria Brighton. She's our formulator. She is a renowned master herbalist and aromatherapist with over 40 years of experience in the field of natural health, herbalism, and aromatherapy. She is the founder of the Brighton Institute, the creator and formulator behind many of the top products at Heart and Body Naturals and Godasana. Alexandria also founded the Brighton Institute of Botanical Studies, where she educates others on the power of essential oils and plant-based remedies. She's known throughout the world for her deep knowledge of plants-based healing. Alexandria has formulated numerous essential oil blends and wellness products that are the backbone of our offerings. Her formulations are respected for their purity, effectiveness, and holistic approach. Her philosophy is she believes in the body's natural ability to heal when supported by nature's gifts. Her passion for promoting health and wellness through natural remedies have impacted countless lives around the world. And her legacy, Alexandria's work continues to inspire and empower others to embrace natural health. Her formulations and teachings are a testament of her dedication to helping people achieve optimal well-being. And September is Pain Awareness Month. This is a continuation of our series of pain management and pain awareness. And this whole body collection is going to be presented by Veronica Easterling Thomas. She is a founder and owner of Multicultural Aromatherapy, natural health consultant, and aromatherapist, holistic aromatherapy educator and CE provider specializing in fibromyalgia and chronic pain. In 2008, Veronica founded the first live aromatherapy program, providing a live experience from home. As a 20-year fibromyalgia advocate and 10-year support group leader, her fibrofacets method was developed as a self-care program for those suffering from chronic pain. And she's a champion for Team Natural Hair and anti-hair shaming for African Americans. And now I will bring you Veronica and her whole body collection presentation.
Thank you so much, Miriam, for that introduction and helping me out with this. Taking a little
You're most
pressure off of
welcome.
me. Tina wanted me to do the whole thing, and I'm like, I think I need a little reinforcements. So I'm
Take it
so
away.
grateful that you stepped in to help us out.
You're most welcome
So
anytime.
yeah, we felt like during September Pain Awareness Month, we talked about so many of the oils that we had in the line already that was good for pain. We felt like it would do it better justice if we took the whole body collection and went through it separately from that so that people can get more of a benefit. There was a slide that actually a presentation that Tina sent to me that someone had sent to her that I'm going to stop this screen sharing in a second here. And well, let me go through this part first because this is what we talked about last week. Now, the whole body collection, it can be applied together or as individual blend. The 7 blends for 7 days, what that is, it will allow you to find the part of the body that is the most unbalanced. This is actually an approach that is done by herbalists because we have to study the body systems, like the circulatory, the respiratory system, the nervous system. So there's several body systems, of course, and um, usually where you're having the most problem is your weakest system. And so the herbal approach is to find the weakest system and to work on it first. And as you work on that system, it usually balances out the rest of them that may be weaker, but not as weak as the weakest. And so this whole body collection, it was designed for a person to be able to figure out which body system needs the most attention. And so the Align being the first oil used in this 7 blends for 7 days, it helps to prep the body to accept the oils to follow. And so this collection is designed to assist physical pain and emotional pain. That was something that was actually discovered by the first woman in modern day aromatherapy, Margaret Murray, because she was a nurse and she worked with her husband, which was a French physician, and but they would do aromatherapy treatments on the patients that he had. And during the course of a physical treatment, she noticed that people's depression had lifted, the anxiety was lowered. They just started experiencing more emotional well-being at the same time as they were experiencing less physical pain. And so that was the approach that she took, and then she taught it to others when she started educating people. And that's how aromatherapy became associated not only for the benefits of on a physical side, but also an emotional side. And so this whole body collection, the blends have been designed to care for both at the same time, which is very important because when you're in physical pain, you're likely in emotional pain also. Just by the fact of being in physical pain will cause an emotional pain response. So let's go through this collection. So I'm going to stop sharing for a second and then we're going to go. Let me go pull that back up though. Not that one. Here we go. Oh, I have to exit this. See, I'm not a Canva person. I usually do PPT or, like a regular PowerPoint, because it's easier for me. I'm a little bit old school. So this uh presentation was sent to me by Tina that someone else sent. So we're going to just hit on just a few of the points here. Really, what I want to do is to share with you what each of these oils can do. Let's see, you can't see this. I am screen sharing, right? Yeah, okay.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, great. All right. So we know we don't have to talk about how great the oils are because I know some of you are probably already using them. But basically, the whole body collection is designed to pinpoint exactly where your problem is. Um, like I was talking about the different body systems. Sometimes when we're in pain, we don't know exactly where the pain is coming from. Um, for instance, if a person has some type of injury and uh let's say you sprain your ankle. And so your ankle starts to swell, but then you start feeling tingling and numbness in your feet because of it. Well, the swelling can be pressing on nerves, and that's what's causing the tingling and numbness. So not only are you affected by your muscular system, but it's also affecting your nervous system because the swelling is causing pressure on the nerves. And then the nerves, of course, is causing more pain. And so that's an idea of why it's so important to pinpoint pain accuracy. Um, the tendons, the ligaments, the cartilage, the connective tissues, those all surround bones. But if you were to use an oil that's for the bones, it may not assist you in any way with any of the surrounding tissue or cartilage or ligaments. And we're going to see why this body collection was designed the way that it is, so that we can address all of these various pain issues. Now, last week we talked about the 7-touch pain relief system. So we're going to kind of go through, let me find where it starts to talk about these different points. Now, years ago, when I first started, I saw the whole body collection, and they had this handout that we could actually do assessments with clients. And so, yeah, I'm not doing this whole presentation. I just wanted to get to the description of the oils. Let's see, Align was first. And so that assessment allows a practitioner or someone who is working with an individual to be able to test their pain levels before they actually start doing this process. And like we talked about last month, the 7 days for the 7 oils for 7 days, it was designed to use on a reflexology point in the foot that will help with your alignment or your body structure. And then that will in turn help get those oils in your system, and it will help to be able to bring to the core, to the surface, the system that's the weakest. And so from that point, because of the concentration of some of the oils, I think it's a couple of them that are not pre-diluted. All the rest of them are pre-diluted, and then you are using quite a bit of oils at one time. And so not everyone's body will be able to handle that, but some people who do not have any underlying issues may be able to. But that's why this collection was designed to do this only for 7 days. And it's only for the people who have absolutely no idea where your pain is coming from. Or if you want to just want to straighten out your entire system, because sometimes our whole body is just off. And so this collection can allow us to do that. And so that's why with touch one, we start with a line. And as I mentioned before, it will help to get the body prepared to accept the rest of the oils. Now, this is probably why a line works so good by itself, because this was one of my favorites, and I've recommended this oil to so many people, and they will get immediate relief from it. Um, so it not only if it's designed to help not only physically and to help realign the body, now we can see the emotional aspect of it too, because it can help relax the body and help your body prepare itself for the healing process, or to I guess support your body as it heals itself. And so we start with the align to get your body ready. So if you're not certain if you have arthritis or not, you just, let's say you just having some type of pain somewhere, maybe in your knee. So you don't know, do I have arthritis? Because I know there's been times where I felt like, oh my goodness, I'm getting osteoarthritis. And then I will go to the doctor and they won't see any arthritis. Have plenty of cushion in between the bones. And so, but it feels that way and the bones will hurt. So, but now we got to figure out, since it's not in the bones, if you've been x-rayed, let's see what it is. So osteo can help um, with that process because it targets the skeletal system. So anytime you have any type of bone pain, this is the oil to use for that. The I thought it was interesting that I wasn't aware of, that osteo has been used for gout. I get that question quite a bit because a lot of times people who have gout, they don't really have anything topically that can provide relief, mainly because sometimes it's more systemic, because they'll give you medication that will release, I forgot what it's called, but it will help move some of that out of, I think some kind of uric acid or something like that. Um, and it'll help move some of that out of your body. But this can offer a topical relief for that. However, this does have wintergreen. So people who have blood thinning issues or on blood thinning medications may not be able to use that, but that's okay. You just have to use 6 oils in 7 days instead of the 7 oils. So you wouldn't want to use an oil that you know will interact with any medications or other things that you have going on, or if you're allergic to a certain plant or something. So it's okay. You don't necessarily have to use all 7 if that's the case. We just have to, sometimes we can actually try to even make up a blend if you're working with a client that would take the place of the osteo. So sensory would be the third oil. Now with sensory, this targets the uh, nervous system. And so it helps strengthen, regenerates, and it targets the nervous system. The nervous system controls the entire body. And so when that is off, then your whole body can be off. Neuralgia is one of the most painful conditions that you can experience. And there's all types of neuralgias. We won't get into the different ones, but anytime that there's burning or itching, tingling, numbness, some type of pain, that will be some type of neuralgia. And since it is a part of the nervous system, it's also going to be an emotional, it's going to also affect you emotionally because you have the nervous exhaustion and the stress related issues. A lot of times, the nervous system, if you're under stress, is going to activate And once it activates and gets all out of balance, it can actually cause your pain level signals to go up. So something that may not cause a lot of pain may be amplified times five or amplified times 10, depending on the stress level or how exhausted your nervous system is. And so sensory is one of those oils that can help get that nervous system back into balance. Fibromyalgia is one of those conditions that targets the central nervous system. And unless a person, in fact, the quote in the video, Show Me Where It Hurts, one of the documentaries that I participated in, one of the quotes said that if you don't make changes in your life and reduce the stress, you will never get over fibromyalgia. You will never get to a point to where you can manage it. You have to make changes and you have to support your nervous system. And so this oil would be one of those that I would definitely add to my list to help with that. So our fourth oil that we would try, that we would use on the bottom of the feet. I don't think I kept that picture on that other slide, but we'll get into that on another day to show you exactly where on the feet you would apply this. It will be in the last video because I did show that the last pain video from last month. So you'll be able to see exactly where to put these oils on your foot. But flexible, it's always been one of my favorites because it helps with the relaxing of the muscles. Some of these oils that's in it, the balsam fir, the black spruce, the sweet marjoram, they all have muscle relaxing properties. That's what the antispasmodic properties. So if you have a lot of muscle spasms, um, get cramps, leg cramps all the time, um, this oil can assist with that. The analgesic properties, that means that it's going to help with the pain. And so sweet marjoram is actually considered a muscle relaxer. So a lot of aromatherapists use it in their muscle relaxation blends. And so there's really no major contraindications with these particular oils. However, if you do find that your libido drops, sometimes sweet marjoram can do that. So um, that's the only oil that I know of that can cause that. But that's the only contraindication that I would see. So I would go out on a limb to say that this oil would be a great alternative to the osteo for pain if you can't use the wintergreen. Okay, now the fifth oil that we would use if we were to do the 7 oils in 7 days would be Connect. Now, the Connect oil, it targets the tendons, the cartilage, and the connective tissues. Now, if you don't think that it that can be an issue, just try straining a ligament. I had a tiny ligament in my foot, and in fact, they couldn't find it. They thought it was the plantar fasciitis. So if anybody's ever had plantar fasciitis, then that will be a ligament pain. And they treated me for at least 6 months or maybe even longer for plantar fasciitis, and it wasn't even it. It was a ligament on the side of my foot that was so bad that it caused the fascia in the heel of my foot to to swell up 5 times the the 5 times where it's supposed to be. And I had to actually get he wouldn't even let me leave the office without getting a steroid shot, which went from one end of my foot to the other end. And you're talking about some major pain to get that inflammation out. And I had to do so much work, so much physical therapy, so many different alternative treatments just to get that foot back right because it felt like I was just walking with some kind of rock or in my foot. That's how bad it was. And it was from just a tiny ligament that's on the side that was causing all of that. So yes, the connective tissues, the cartilage, all of that can affect you in so many different ways. So not only if one of those areas is affected, it can also send other affect other pain areas. Like for instance, with my foot, it aggravated my piriformis um, ligament or piriformis muscle. Is it a muscle or ligament? I can't remember. And then it's a muscle, and then my glute muscle. And so I was like walking with a limp, and it was so painful on the entire side of that body, just from one tiny ligament. So this connect oil is one that can help with those ligaments. And that's how you can determine what body system is the weakest. Because when they fix that ligament, all the other areas that I was experiencing pain went away. So that's why it's so important to work on the weakest system first, and then it will help get the whole body back into balance. Circulate. We talked a little bit about that one last month because that was in the oil of the month, or was it this month? I can't remember. I think it was last month, this month, but I remember talking about circulate because I talked about how the circulatory system also goes in the same direction as the lymphatic system. And so anytime that you injure yourself or you're having some type of pain due to injury or just, if you have chronic pain, getting the blood or your circulatory system moving can help speed up the process of healing. Anytime, like I showed the picture, I think on that last month's slide of my husband having surgery on his hand, and he couldn't do anything with it. We couldn't put anything on it for 3 weeks, but his hands were so dry and just raw, and it was just I didn't think they would turn back to normal again. But it was basically because he could not do anything with the hand and we couldn't put anything on it. And so the circulatory system slowed down in that area. But once they removed the bandage and it was able to breathe and we was able to massage things into his hand and improve that circulation, then that sped up the process of his hand healing up. And so that's why Circulate is in this collection because that's what we need. If there is some type of injury or some type of issue, then we need to get that blood flowing and we need to get that lymphatic system moving also, and that will help to facilitate healing. And so finally, we will have the seventh touch, uh, which is clear. And so, as was stated before, not only is the whole body collection good for the physical pain, but it also targets emotional pain. And so, Clear was formulated to target the emotional system of the body, but Clear does far more than one might expect. We know that there's always an emotional facet to any injury, illness, pain, or stress-related issue. Clear targets the emotional system to bring harmony to an out of balance condition. In fact, this blend can be powerfully supportive in easing anxiety, stress, and depression. The uplifting nature of this blend can also be gently energizing. So there's an additional emotional aspect that we can take advantage of by using this as our seventh touch or the seventh oil. Because anyone that have any type of injury, or especially if you have a chronic illness or chronic pain condition, it can be very depressing, or it could be stressful. Um, People are experiencing maybe financial issues because they can't do what they used to do, and they can't work the type of job, or they have to work less, or some may even be on a fixed income because of it. All of these emotional stresses need to start working on them so that the body can do what it needs to do to get better. Okay, so we have discussed all 7 of these oils. So I'm going to stop the screen share, and we're going to go back to the other slide. Okay, give me a second. I'm not as fast as as Tina. Okay. So present now. Okay. So these 7 oils for 7 days. Now, we talked about each of these in detail and the body systems that they can affect. I put this word aroma psychology there because that's actually a new term that was coined by Robert Tisserand. He came up with the term psychoaromatherapy in the late 80s, early 90s. And it's in all of the aromatherapy books from the, since that time period up until now. And so just last year, he renamed that as aroma psychology. And so that's why I put that term there. So you all have a jump on the new term that they're using in the aromatherapy world. He said he hated the other one. He put his hands in his head when I was interviewing him and asking him about that term. And so he's like, I hate that word. And so he was so excited to change that. And it does kind of sound a little bit more professional. And so the whole body collection, Tina and I had a discussion about how we can um, get people trained in how to use this. I see this as a golden opportunity for people who do not have a modality in which to practice their aromatherapy, um, in which to practice it legally. I'll put it to you that way. And this, because it is not a hands-on modality, is more of a instruction, and you're talking your client through it, and you're assisting them in helping to discover, where their weakest system is. I thought this would be like a perfect modality that people could actually use if they were an aromatherapist but didn't want to go to massage therapy school or some other type of school in order to be legal. So we're like brainstorming, trying to figure out how we can train people in the use of this collection. So we haven't gotten there yet. I'm just kind of putting it out there. So let us know what you guys think about that. You can message me or message her or put it in the group. Maybe I'll put a question in the group to see, because I know that years ago, Veronica Ortega and Alexandria Brighton used to train people in how to do this, but you had to go to them wherever they were located. I can't remember where they did the training. I didn't get a chance to talk to the person that I think went to do that training. But anyway, that's just something that we're just brainstorming, trying to figure out. But in the meantime, what we thought about doing is maybe if we had a few participants that wanted to do the 7 oils in 7 days challenge. We were thinking about trying to come up with a challenge, maybe come up with a date so to give everybody an opportunity to get all 7 oils. And then we all do it together and we record what, how our body responds. And so if that's something you guys are interested in, please let us know and give us some ideas and tips, because I'm really excited about being able to present this to some people that I know that I've trained and certified in aromatherapy, but they just didn't have a modality in which to practice. And this would fit the bill, and also it will allow them to be able to practice or use their certification legally. And so, yeah, that's just a thought. Now, the 7 oils in 7 days is one thing, but the whole body collection can be done on an individual basis also. So, like, let's say, for instance, you were in a car accident and you have a whiplash injury. And so you got a bad trapezius muscle that needs to be worked on. So you can start with the Align and then maybe get the Flexural and use those two together and give yourself the same benefit. Some people already know which body system needs work. So you don't necessarily have to use all 7 oils. The 7 oils is to help your body tell you what it needs. But if you already know, or if you already have a condition and you know what the dynamics are, then you can choose whichever oil that you need from the whole body collection and couple it with the Align and try it that way also. So we were also thinking about maybe doing a group. I think she already started a chat on that. And so we're just brainstorming. And so hopefully we can all come up with some ideas and then we can all learn how to use this whole body collection together. So what do you guys think? Maybe put ones in the chat.
Yeah.
So
I
that
think
is
I'll,
my
oh, go
yes.
ahead. I'm sorry.
So I'll just say that's the end of my portion. So I'm going to turn it back over to Miriam.
Thank you so much, Veronica. You guys show Veronica some love in the chat. She did an awesome presentation. I learned so much about a couple of these oils that I don't have in my arsenal, and I definitely need them. My family needs them. So it's like something every household should have, um, just by listening to this. So thank you so much, Veronica. I'm just blown away. Okay, so our next 3-day liver cleanse is going to be announced, to be determined. Um, so please keep an eye out in the Green Organics testimonials group for that announcement on the date and when we're going to start that, because you have to do a liver cleanse. You can do one every month if you like, or how often you like, but we want to try to do it together to get as many people as we can do them together as possible. A healthy liver is a key element to a healthy life, and when the liver gets sick, many problems can follow. Living a healthy lifestyle that includes a whole food nutrition and moderate exercise can help our liver work as efficiently and as possible, and may lower the risk for developing liver disease. So we definitely want to look out for that. And well, not this Thursday, but the Thursday. Well, actually, this is an old slide, so we can just skip past this one.
It was just to remind,
There won't
you already announced that it won't be
Oh
a
yeah, there won't be a Detox Divas next Thursday as everyone will be converging on to Las Vegas for our big event coming up next weekend. So I guess watch out for details about that. And hosted live by the Health Queens, the weekly buzz is every Wednesday, 12 noon Pacific Standard Time and 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. And it's by Coach Kimberly Wilkins and Coach Denise Dzinski, and they give you 3 steps to success with our drink to drop system. And you get to hear so many great testimonials from members and their successes as well. And are you an ambassador with a passion to educate? You want to be featured speaker on the Detox Divas? Please send Tina Huerman a message if you are interested. And following after this presentation, Coach Marcus Jones will have the Heart and Body Naturals business overview hosted by himself. uh, and our HBN leadership team. If sharing and helping others is your passion, please join our business overview at 8 p.m. Central Time, and that's at www.oneteamonedreamhangout.com, and the passcode is Go1Team. And thank you all so much for joining us this evening for this session of the Detox Divas. We welcome you back next time, invite you back next time. And next time, bring a friend. Don't come by yourself. So thank you all so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Have a wonderful evening.